afternoon, everyone. 2 weeks ago, I had some trouble with my sink because it was blocked. So after that, I went to market and tried to buy a magic tool, which is called plunger. And I used it to fix the problem. And at the same time, I wonder whether does it work on our bodies. Can we use it on our head? Or could we make it more smaller, more beautiful, and use it on our bodies? Does it work? In fact, it does. And it has been using for more than 3,000 years. So today, I would like to introduce this type of therapy. It is called cupping therapy. And I'm gonna to introduce this topic from the following three aspects. The first, the history and description and issues. Okay, now let's talk about the history. For the history, I want to mention two parts: where it was used and what are the purposes when people use it. It was used both in the West and in the East. In the West, it was used in Egypt, and this was recorded from this book, which is called Aber's Papyrus. And this information was is according to a Baidu website. And in the East, this type of therapy was used in China, and it has been using for more than 3,000 years. And this was recorded in the book, which is called Recepts for 52 Ailments. Okay, now let's talk about the purposes when people use it. It has been changed from the past until now. In the past, people used it to remove the sore. The sore means some bad liquid in your when you get hurt. Some bad liquid is sore. So in ancient time, people used it to remove the sore. And after that, now we use it to fix some internal disease, such as lung disease or cube disease. Moreover, we use it to solve some structure problem, like people use it on their backs, legs, arms, or shoulders to make our body more flexible. And so, after I introduce the history, now let's move to talk about the description of this kind of therapy. And it concludes two parts: the description of the work and the description of the cups. For the works, I want to talk about the steps of using cupping therapy and how does it work in our life. Okay, let's see a picture. There are several steps for using the cupping therapy. First, we need to get a glass, we need to get a cup, and then dropping some liquid, alcohol, inside of the cup. After that, revolving it to make sure the alcohol covers the bottom of this glass, and then find a stick with flame and fire the alcohol to make it warm, and then you can cover it on your skin where you find very uncomfortable. After 10 minutes, turn it down. So they are the whole process of using cupping therapy. Okay, but my question is, how does it work? Why it can absorb on our skins? Because of negative pressure. From the picture you can see it's absorbed on our skins because after burning the pressure inside of this cup is lower than the pressure outside this outside this cup, so it will create negative pressure. So after you cover the cup on your skin, it can absorb there. Yeah. And now let's talk about the cups, because it's the main equipment for this type of therapy. And it has 4 types of cups: bamboo cups, ceramic cups, and glasses cup. The last one is called pumping cups. And because all of them have 2 sides, advantages and disadvantages, so I would like to show you some pictures to explain it. These are bamboo cups, and its advantages is it's very light and very cheap, but its disadvantages is air leaking and low absorbing ability, which means the air is easy to get into the cups, so it will in fact influence the effects. And for ceramic cups, it's made of one kind of mud, so it has a very high absorbing ability. However, its disadvantages is it's too heavy to use on your back. And for glasses cups, the most advantages is its clarity. You can see what happened inside of the cups, so you can control the time and process. For the last one, pumping cups, its advantages is we can use this equipment to remove the air out of the glass, so it is very safe compared with using fire. But its disadvantages is this is easy broken. Okay, I talked about the description. Now let's talk about what kind of issues it has. It has 2 issues. One is skin infection. The other one is limitation groups. For skin infection, because some people don't use it by themselves at home, so they cannot control the time very well. But for cupping therapy, the best time of using it is 10 minutes. If you overuse it, or the time is more than 10 minutes, it will cause blister. And the blisters looks like bubble fish's eyes. So if it's broken, you can imagine if it's broken, it will spread out on your skin. So it will cause skin infection. And the other issue is called limitation groups. There are several groups of people are not good to use this therapy, because, such as pregnant, heart disease people, and easy bleeding people. Just for pregnant, because even though babies need some warm temperature, but it doesn't mean they want to be warmed up. They want to sleep in microwave. And for heart disease people, because using cupping therapy will increase the rate of their heart, so it's very dangerous for them. And for the last one, easy bleeding people, because using cupping therapy will might hurt this skin. If they hurt themselves, it's difficult for them to stop bleeding, so it's very dangerous. They should avoid using this type of therapy. Okay, so in conclusion, today I talked about 3 main points: the history, the description, and the issues it has. I strongly recommend you to try it, because it's good for your health and it can make your body more flexible. And if you want to know it, if you want to know how to use it, welcome to my apartment, because you can borrow my plunger I believe if you know how to use my plunger, you will know how to use this type of therapy. Thank you for listening.